Good afternoon. Bill Nolan, selling your ideas at work. Why are we talking about selling your ideas at work? If you didn't know, we sell ideas here every day. Selling your ideas during pre-job briefs, selling them during team meetings, or when you're just sitting around talking to your friends. Everyone has an idea that they want to get up ahead and gain buy-in. We all have good ideas on ways to make this place a lot better place to work at. Maybe we're too shy to share those ideas sometimes. Maybe we want to share those ideas, but we don't know how to present them. Maybe we present those ideas sometimes and they get completely ignored. That's because we don't present them in a way that fosters curiosity and gains buy-in. Quick fact, did you know that the human attention span is less than 8 seconds? According to a study by Microsoft, that's less than a goldfish. That means you only have 10 seconds at the beginning of your speech to grab your audience attention. Another stat, a study by Prezi formed that said greater than 70% of Americans believe that presenting and selling their ideas at work is critical for their career growth. Yet less than 20% actually present their ideas. It's a lot of ideas that go unshared and a lot of missed opportunities to create positive change in the world. Presenting ideas at work is critical to enhance communication, direct career growth, and help influence others. And having strong presentation skills helps us articulate those ideas clearly, engage our audience, and ultimately helps us provide positive change on our team and to our organization. Knowing how to present a presentation well makes a huge difference between whether you get a sale or you have a dud. We've all we've all been a part of some terrible presentations. From listening to the world's longest pre-job brief, from being in team meetings, or from our favorite place to go every 5 weeks, out in training. As everyone knows, we can have a lot of training here during these years. I know you have, right? And we know that every 2 years, the same presentations get recycled, same class. But one year, the class was terrible. Next year, everyone was engaged, leaned in, and a lot of knowledge transfer happened. Well, the difference? The difference was the presenter and how they presented the information. No change in power. Matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, I was in a team meeting, and one of my colleagues wanted to pitch an idea. The idea was for overtime for CN React Operator. We didn't have any slides, didn't have any graphs or statistics, didn't do any benchmarking. Just flew off the cuff, spoke in a monotone voice. Left all of us in the audience unengaged and confused. A couple weeks later, another person came through and pitched the same idea. He had a PowerPoint presentation, he had graphs, stats, and he had a clear call to action. That proposal got approved. So this is why we want to sell our ideas at work. We all have good ideas. It behooves us to share them. So today, we want to talk about a couple of things. We want to talk about what is a presentation, how to prepare a presentation, how to deliver a presentation, how to gain buy-in while doing that presentation, some do's and don'ts if time allows, and we'll wrap it up with a clear conclusion. So, what is a presentation? Presentations is no one clear form of presentation. It can be a formal boardroom meeting, a quick stand-up, virtual online meeting. There's no one size fits all for presentation. There are different types of presentations. We have informative presentations where you explain how something works. We have inspirational presentations, like your favorite football team halftime speech, where you want to motivate a team. You have demonstrative, where you want to explain how something works or how something develops. And a persuasive presentation. That's where you want to sell your ideas. That's the ones we're looking for, selling ideas. So now you know what type of presentation you want to give. Now you have to get it ready. When preparing a presentation, remember the 5 P's. That's planning, preparation, practice, performance, and passion. Planning, planning is where it all begins. It's one of the most important steps. You don't just want to plan what you want to say in the presentation. You want to plan the schedule. When are you going to deliver the presentation? Have a clear objective plan. What do you want the message to be of the presentation? Have topics. how are you going to explain that message to everyone? Make sure you plan where you're going to give the presentation, who you're going to give the presentation to, and plan out what materials you're going to need, etc. Make sure you have everything planned from the get. Next would be preparation. Now, this is where the success begins. That preparation. You want to ask your preparation, answer three questions. What is my objective or what is my message? Who is my target audience? And what do I want the audience to do with the information that I'm presenting? You want to make a clear outline of what you want to present, include your objective or introduction, 2 to 3 topics, a conclusion, and a clear call to action to get by. Next, you want to practice. Practice is more than just reading your course your material out loud. You want to practice hand gestures. You want to practice your eye contact. You want to practice your body movement and all your body gestures. Make sure you practice at home in front of the mirror, in front of friends, practice in front of family, your mentor, any audience you can find. Make sure you solicit feedback from that audience and incorporate it into your presentation. Next will be the performance. This is where the rubber meets the road. Everything you did from planning all the way through to your practice will be actualized during this step. Make sure you lean into your presentation. Make sure your voice is correct. Make sure you're doing all the things that you practice. Make sure you're doing everything. Now, during your performance, you want to focus on your voice. Voice is very important. You focus on these things. Power, that's the volume of your voice. You don't have to yell to be heard, but talking too low, they're going to hear you and people will start to fall asleep. You want to practice, you want to focus on your pace and your pitch. Now, your pace helps us enunciate words clearly so everyone can hear them. Your pitch and tone defines the mood of the presentation that you give. Speak too fast or too loud, you can create excitement. Too low, too slow, you can create seriousness. Next, you want to ensure you give pauses. Make sure you give pauses to let the audience process that information that you're giving, let them understand the information, and make sure that they absorb all that information. And focus on pronunciation. Make sure you're pronouncing every word you need to pronounce and make sure you're doing it correct. One mispronunciation can mean a totally different word entirely and can change your message 100%. So next, you want to go back to passion. You want to show genuine passion. Genuine passion helps propels our performance from planning all the way through to performance. It helps us exert the best that we can give. So you want to make sure you have the right media during presentation. Media is just a sidekick. You're the star of the show. So use media like PowerPoint, the graphs and bars, checklists. Don't read directly from the PowerPoint. Don't just read from a checklist. They're good to have, they're good to give out, but make sure your voice, your mastery of your content is what matters the most. Make sure you know who your audience is. Tailor your presentation to them. Is your audience managers where they want more of just the big picture, or is it your colleagues and friends where they want small, minute details? Make sure you know who you're talking to before you create your presentation. Make sure the great trick to doing this is giving a great presentation is start with a problem. Show them what the problem is, and then show them how your idea fixes that problem. You do that, people will lean into it, and they'll be more willing to buy in. So now, now we're up to the point. You know how to deliver your presentation. You got a great idea, ready to deliver it. Come out excited. You got that spark of excitement. Like, yeah, I'm about to kill this thing. I'm about to deliver this speech, this presentation. You go to deliver the presentation, and you're left with blank stares. Absolutely nothing. This is because you didn't get buy-in. A great idea is not enough without buy-in. So how do we get buy-in? First, you want to frame the problem. Ask why, or not. Don't ask why. Tell them why. Don't start with the what and how just yet, but frame the problem as a why and show them why it's important to them. Why does that problem matter to them? That way they can lean into it. When people feel engaged into the problem, they lean into it. Next, build a bridge. Don't deliver your message or your presentation from a pedestal. Pull the people in, ask questions, get them involved. People don't use I speak, use we speak. We feel that a problem is for all of us. People tend to lean into that as well. Tell a story. Use personal examples from yourself. Use personal examples from teammates or other people. Facts tell, stories sell. Make sure you use a personal example to get the people to lean into your story. Into Next, you want to anticipate their concerns. Anticipate concerns means you're looking forward at your presentation, anticipating the resistance that you're going to get from the audience. Anticipate that, bring them up first, and bring up clear solutions for that resistance. When people know that you're anticipating issues and problems, they know that you're not just dreaming about it, you're actually planning. So they want to buy into it. Be passionate, just like we talked about earlier. Not You don't need to be over the top passionate. You don't need to be over the top passionate, but just a clear, concise passion that shows that yes, this does matter to me. This should matter to all of us. Yeah. We need to come together and get things done. That way, your idea can get through. So here's some do's and don'ts of our. So we want to make sure you rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Rehearse it like we talked about earlier. Rehearse in front of your audience, in front of your family, in front of everybody. Get that feedback. Don't just focus on what you're saying. Focus on how you're going to say it. Don't just read directly from something. Master the content. Master your body. Master your Make eye contact. You don't want to give a presentation and stand up here and just look at the wall the whole time. Make sure you engage the audience. You want the audience to feel that you care about what they think and then let them know that you are paying attention to what they're saying. Your eye has a lot of communication to it. Make sure you use it. Keep slides simple. Don't overload the slides with text. I once was in the presentation. They had the presentation was during the class with transients and analysis. Every slide was packed with just text, 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 and graphs and bars. It was way overhead, stuff that we didn't really even care. The instructor read every word on that slide. No one paid attention. Half the class was asleep. No one was getting. A couple years later, that person retired. Someone else that came from our ranks took that class over because he knew what we liked and he was a part of that audience. He altered those slides. He broke the slides down, made them simple, made them relevant to us, to the audience that he was teaching to. And I've learned more in one class than I've learned over 5 years of sitting in that class prior to. Everyone's engaged, everyone leaned into it. Don't read directly from slides like we talked about. Don't apologize at the beginning of it. Don't come up here and say sorry, I didn't have enough time to get this together, or I didn't have enough time to prepare. No one will want that. If you went to a restaurant and the chef was like, "Hey, I didn't really put any effort into making your food," you're not going to want to eat it. Start with confidence, not with apology. Don't babble or use too much jargon. Technical jargon is good for those who know what that technical jargon is, but everyone in your audience may not know what you're talking about. Be sure you're using terms and keeping it simple so everyone can stay on track and pay attention. Use too much big jargon or too many big technical words, people are, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what that means. I don't know what SRO means. Make sure you keep it simple for everybody. So In conclusion, make sure you prepare. So you want to make sure everything is ready to go from the beginning to the end. Make sure you choose the correct style for what you want to sell. Make sure you deliver with confidence, clarity, and energy. Provide solutions. Make sure you're telling stories. This is one of the biggest things. Make sure you tell stories. Make sure the people understand that this isn't just some stuff I made up. This is real life problem, and I have a solution for that problem. And have a clear call to action. Make sure everyone understands that the information I'm presenting and what you want them to do with it. So that pretty much wraps it up. So the next time you go to deliver your speech, don't just think it. Make sure you present it, make sure you sell it, and make sure you own it. Thank you. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!